Alrighty, got it done and got it. Alrighty, y'all. Peace and greetings to you all. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Islam, Islam, Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here in Morocco at Northwestern Maxim. How are you? Welcome, everyone, to our 7-day tropical medical astro weather report for the 7th through the 13th September 2023. Let's get right into it. But before we get right into it, I'd like for everyone to give a round of applause, a happy solar return round of applause for our magnificent and beloved brother in whom we are well pleased. And he is...
Islam, peace and love, peace and love.
He's like, oh, golly shucks, guys.
Come on, y'all. Golly gee, guys. Come on. Trying to this brother shining ill. You already know that all is well. And yeah, you already know, bro. You should let her know, bro. Which y'all also call me.
Brave Let's get it, man. Always fun as always. I'm gonna jump right into this, guys. We're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna knock it out. Share the wisdom with you that we must share. So we're here, guys, at our 7 Hill Star Astro Calendar for March Aries 2023 to February Pisces 2024. Quote, time never was when man was not. End quote. And we are quoting El-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity via affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All right. So with that being said, guys, we are here for the moon cycle that has the earth sign Virgo, the Virgin, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Mercury. And the same Gregorian calendar month has the air sign Libra. Libra, the scales, as it said, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Venus. And guys, we're going through the 7th to the 13th for this particular 7-day tropical medical astro weather report. For the 7th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. For that one transit there with that lunar Neptunian square. And after that, the moon will be void of course for 6 hours and 39 minutes. You guys already know moon void of course is buyer's remorse. So do all your shopping now. Make sure you complete your shopping before 6 p.m. tomorrow, which is 1800 hours. All righty. And do everything you need to get done. Make all your decisions now, guys. All righty. So you don't have to deal with the effects of the void of course moon, right? Because we all know moon void of course is buyer's remorse. For the 8th is Brother Sean Ali Mel for Holy Day for the 8th September 2023. He'll go through those 4 transits after that lunar ingress into the sign that Luna hosts, and that is Cancer. For the 9th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, for those 3 lunar transits as moon Luna continues to transit Cancer. For the 10th, Brother Sean Ali Mel will be going in on those 2 transits there, as Luna trines Neptune and reflects Pluto, right? And then there's a 3-hour and 49-minute void, of course, after that reflection with Pluto. And then Luna ingresses Leo at 12:36 post-meridian Eastern. Then on the 11th, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey, with those 3 transits while Luna continues to transit Leo. For the 12th, Brother Sean Ali Mel knocks it out for that one lunar transit on the 12th that's occurring, where there's a lunar Uranian quartile, right? Moon square Uranus. And then there's a moon void, of course, man. This is 1100 hours and 5 minutes, alrighty, that this aspect is happening, which is 11:05 a.m. Eastern, right? 11:05 anti-meridian Eastern. And then moon is void, of course, for 14 hours and 13 minutes, guys. This is another void of course moon, guys. So you want to make sure you do all your shopping on the 11th. Make sure you complete most of it. You know, if you want to get groceries for yourself or anything else, make all your decisions prior to then, right? And just remember, it's 3 void of course moons I showed so far. I showed you guys a void of course moon for the 7th. There's a void of course moon there on the 10th, right? Pardon me, I'm just zooming in a little quickly there. On the 10th, so that means on the 11th, right? You want to make your decisions and do everything you need to do on that Monday, on the 11th, before we experience, next Tuesday, that elaborate void of course moon there. Then closing out, it is I, Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey. After Luna egresses Leo, it will then ingress Virgo at about 100 hours and 18 minutes. and the Luna will begin its Virgoan transit there. And then I have those two lunar transits where it's reflecting Saturn and then conjunct Mercury. All righty. And then we will close on out, guys. All righty. So let's just get right on to this. All right. Stop the screen share here. And let's start the screen share over here. All right. Give my broski the co-pilot. Boom. There it is. All right. All right. So here we go, guys. Yes. Okay. So starting us off, it is right, for this Thursday, right? We're having a sunrise, as we can see, at 0600 hours, 44 minutes, and 35 seconds for the 7th September 2023, right? This is taking place clearly at 14 degrees Virgo, which is, if I'm not mistaken, 14 degrees Virgo is it's almost reminding me of like that Christian theology degree, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think it's 14... like transformation and versatility, and like also within the business degrees, quote unquote.
Still within business, absolutely, indeed, Islam. You know what? As a matter of fact, bro, let me make. Oh, I don't have that up. That means I closed it. Yeah, it's all good. So let's see, right? Just to double check, but I think you're absolutely correct, because as you said it, it just really came back to my mind as you said it, right? So totally. And it is still within the business degrees, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, because 12 to 16 degrees Virgo is still business, and it is the degree of transformation and versatility is absolutely correct. So that one with the Christian ministers and degree of symbolism is actually 16 degrees. So that's probably one of the next degrees I will be speaking on when I go into Saturday. Sun will probably be rising at about 16 degrees Virgo. All right. So with that being said, guys, what we're actually looking at here for this sunrise, and let's just be straightforward with it, this is an opportunity for us to probably uncover some things that we've dreamt about, probably, really take inventory pertaining to our own subconscious mind, really see that which is hidden within inside of us that's being communicated. Probably time to really just face ourselves, right? In a mirror kind of fashion. Schedule your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions, of course, with us at 7 Hill Star, as well as your mental magician report. Remember, Brother Sean is still giving for what he offers via 7 Hill Star, 32% off until next Wednesday. All right. You guys can still get that also. Sun here at 14 degrees, Virgo, 34 minutes. This really lets me know that, with whatever communications you're getting from your dreams after, from the night prior, or you just rising, really just, take an inventory and really allow yourself to actually transform the way that you actually, present yourself. Maybe you have to be versatile in not only your presentation, but in how you speak. So with that being said, pay attention to the details. You may normally always not pay attention to the trees for enjoying the forest, but however, maybe at this point in time, you may have to take some note of some particular detail, right? In other words, maybe take, your eyes off of the full forest and zoom in specifically on a certain area, and then be able to, transform that for yourself so you can be better and be a lot more active in your presentation. With that, I yield the floor. The only transit that I have for the 7th today, for next day, which is Thursday, is the lunar Neptunian quartile, right? Moon square Neptune. It's taking place at about 1800 hours, 21 minutes and 22 seconds. Luna's there in the 4th house, having accidental dignity, however, in Gemini, and at the Taurus degree. So I think, people can really allow themselves, whatever, maybe so-called country, if not country, maybe neighborhood, maybe your overall community, the people pertaining to the community. I think if there's a meeting that's taking place there, this particular meeting, it'd be really a great time to really get the values on the table and really see that those that think they are taking charge or in charge, that really the people have put into power. They even recognize how to read what these people have been obligated to do and hold them to it. What will actually happen is the people will be able to really institute some self-discipline within themselves and making sure that they're consistent in putting so-called public officials in proper order. Make sure that these so-called quote unquote public officials actually are clear that if they don't do what, the people are requiring of them based on sheer, and pure competence, of course, there's going to have to be a balance there. All right. The people are going to have to be clear that what they're asking of is actually in harmony with a jurisprudent mindset, that which is best for everyone involved. I think here is where there's going to be a means where if there's an obstacle, there's a challenge to meet an obstacle, what will be stimulated is a really great restructuring of how things are instituted. There will be a sudden change that will definitely take place based on some expanded communication, some type of meeting that's going to take place. So I think it would be best to, utilize this energy to hold anyone that thinks they're in some type of power, really hold them to their obligation and do not allow any wiggle room. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom we're well pleased, Brother Sean Ali Mel, Islam.
All right, get that pulled up. All right, so for the 8th of September, all right, so got the sun at 15 degrees, 32 minutes Virgo, which 15 degrees is the exaltation of Mercury. So on this day, we could just see a lot of communications, or maybe if it isn't something that's external, maybe more than usual dialogue within yourself, just talking to yourself or journaling, those of that matter, but some light is being shined upon your subconscious. And something, possibly coming up for some healing, or maybe something brings closure, or someone sees why something happened the way it had to happen. So now they're able to, move on from that and, just remove anything that's limited. So, guys, journal that day if you can, or, someone might be, I think the suggestion by Prophet Nuba Jolie was laying one's face in the pillow if they wake up and can't remember their dreams. But either or, just expect for a communicative day. I know if I was still in the serving game right now, I'd be excited for this day on a Friday. Probably gonna be restaurants busy and booming. Tables are probably gonna want to talk to you and just talk. But just enjoy it. So with that, I yield the floor.
Put your forehead on the pillow so you can remember your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So we're now moving into Luna as Ingress in Cancer. Would you look at that in the 12th? Wowzers. All right, so we have a 12th house. Man, I think everyone's intuition is going to be up for these next 2.5, 3 days while this lunar is transiting Cancer, right? Luna's in the 12th, but ruling over the 1st. So, which Mercury is retrograde. So maybe still receiving some Akashic downloads of some sort, but maybe even being visited in one dreams by some past loved ones, some past ancestors. So just be, on the lookout for that, and just be more charitable with oneself. Maybe someone wants to make a change to their hair or their appearance of some sort. Just flow with it and don't go with the flow rather than fight and resist the flow. And just pay attention to anything that's coming up subconsciously. Something that's hitting that's going to reveal itself, and make sure that you're open to see whatever that is for you to see. With that, I yield the floor. So looks like we have a lunar Saturnian trine. All right, Luna's in the 10th, 2 degrees Cancer. Saturn's in the 6th, 2 degrees Pisces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is occurring 5 houses away. Looks like just slightly after sunrise, this is occurring. Wow. So if one can, if they head out let's see, this is 6:43 anti-meridian Eastern, so 5:43 Central, and about 3:43 Pacific Standard. Oh man, maybe if you can get outside before you normally would get up for your routine, right? Before you headed to your job or you headed to your career. And Luna's also conjunct that part of spirit. And it's at a Taurian degree, it's at a Taurus degree. So yeah. Yeah, this is take time to really just breathe, inhale, and just be grateful, for everything. Is what I'm getting. And with that Saturn there in the 6, yeah, this is breath work, breath exercises before you start your daily routine or before you head to your job, even while you're at your job or your career. Just use those breath practices to calm oneself down when they get annoyed. Or this is maybe even taking some photos of yourself, or taking some valuable things with you to work to keep you, to make your space, if you have a space at your job, a happy place. Or does it bring in things for everyone to enjoy, like some food, some meals or something? Or I don't know why I'm getting like someone's bringing like a family photo, but this is for those that they work with, those that work together forever. Just maybe bringing like some album cover or some diary of some sort, just to show everyone how much they appreciate them and how much they care. Right. So Mercury rolling over that, right? Mercury's in the 12th. So yeah, this is definitely, bringing some communication that they've thought about at home. So I mean, it's surprised if someone opened up this day and it's things are real heartfelt and sentimental, but it needed to be let out. So with that, I yield the floor.
Yes, and that is amazing how it's happening like right before sunrise, bro. And then this is happening like 27 minutes after.
All right, so wow, now we have a solar Jupiterian trine. Jupiter is definitely in that 8th, Sun's in the 12th. I'm just getting like just a shift, like a major shift. Because Sun's of the Mercury's exaltation degree. 15 degrees Taurus is growth in music. So I wouldn't be interested to see some new albums drop this day, or maybe some mixtapes, or something from the past is appreciated. Maybe like one of your favorite artists' older mixtapes, from back on like 2009 or 2012. Something's getting appreciated. All right, Mercury's still ruling ascendant. Mercury's in the 12th. It's combust. So some discussions are occurring, and things that have been hidden are being brought to the light. So make sure y'all go check out that presentation me and Hassan did on House of Reawakening Minds with Dr. G. Definitely some gems within there. Yeah, and really just be open to seeing the dual nature of things. What's that saying, that everything that glitters isn't gold, and they'll be like everything, the grass is green on the other side. But I mean, you can only know for oneself if you go look, right? Anything that you're really not seeing or observing is just hearsay. So, do your own research, but also take other views, but don't accept hearsay. With that, I yield. All right, so it looks like next we got a lunar Martian. Looks like a lunar Martian square. All right, so Luna's in the 6th, Mars is in the 8th house. All right, so Mars got some accidental dignity, right? Ruling Scorpio on the 8th, but it's in its fall in Libra. So
definitely a detriment, yeah.
So yeah, 6th and 8th, y'all. Just be calm. Don't let one's emotions feel them. Have them ready to do things, right? And this is at a Libra degree, so yeah, it just made me think of like family and like artwork. So yeah, just be kind. That's what I can say. Balance things out. Even those in the service area, even if customers are acting out of character, right? It's best to just let them follow their own soul, because those being rude, talking some kind of way to others only shows a reflection of themselves. And then they're only building a grave for themselves in spirit. So let them show out, act silly, then watch other tables tip you better. It's like, wow, I can't believe how you dealt with those idiots like that. Coming here showing out like that. So do that, right? Mercury's ruling over Sun and Mars. And it's like, yo, you taking your anger out on me, but you might need to go speak to whoever you're holding that in against. And Mercury's also ruling over the moon as well. So yeah, don't take things personal from people. They're probably just going through something and don't know how to communicate it. And with Saturn and the second, right? It's maybe they're experiencing some kind of delay of some sort within themselves or their daily routine. So don't take it personal, but also don't take no shit from them. And with that, I yield the floor. Right, so last one, we got a lunar Mercurian sextile. All right, so Luna's in the second. Mercury is, hugging to that cusp of that fourth house. All right, so it's a growth opportunity. All right. Makes me think 11 degrees, which is an Aquarian degree, right? And 11 Cancer is degree of retentive memory, and Cancer and alcoholism. All right, and 11 degrees Virgo is an astrological degree.
That is real tight to that fifth house cusp, bro. That is bananas, bro.
Yeah, so I'm saying like, not only should I get y'all sessions, but I think for those that get a session this day or just be watching astrology, they'll, see some kind of creative project of some sort. Or maybe they'll hear something on TV that makes them like, oh, wow, like, I seen it, I thought it was like this, but now I'm seeing it in a whole different way, and I'm able to change my views on those things. And this is all like happen internally. Because Mercury's rolling over the first house, it's rolling over the second house, which is rolling over that Cancer, rolling over the moon. And then Moon's rolling over that third. So Mercury's rolling over the first, second, third, and fifth house. So that's self-identity, that's self-worth and value, that's the local community and communications. And that's also, Mercury's ruled by that Sun. That's also creation. So, just expressing oneself, being in glide and flow with self. Really let anything go that doesn't really bring, light or appreciation to, what you do and how you shine your light, and also how you're charitable to others. So let that be, and, just grow with those things that you have that one can work with. Be, logical, be, very Aquarian, be humanitarian with the energy and the communication. And with that, I will yield the floor to my bro as he goes in for the Saturn Day Saturday.
Yes, indeed, bro. Gratitude. So for Saturn Day, all right, I was just getting some messages, man. I'm like, oh, okay. So there we go. We're at that 16 degree now, right? Still a degree of business. However, it's the cusp of the 14th lunar mansion, critical degree. It's also a degree pertaining to Christian ministers, as well as a degree pertaining to symbolism at 16 degrees. So with all of that stirred up in the pot, being at a Cancerian degree, I just think when it comes to wherever you're doing your spiritual exercise or your the house in which you do that, what I think will be best is to really allow yourself to breathe easy, right? There may be a standing within oneself that is easily communicated, tied to the subconscious mind, and being able to really fortunately move those things within you. Maybe it's some affirmations you could be expressing to yourself, so that what's absolutely communicated within yourself is a means to not have as much denial with what you're fascinated with, but be able to have a healthy way of inducing and seducing oneself into being able to manifest with the affirmation said for that particular morning. All right. With Mercury still being retrograde and a close conjunction with the sun, especially the sunrise, because soon Mercury will be conjunct the sun after it, goes station direct on the 15th. If I'm not mistaken, it'll be station direct on the 15th, and it will soon catch up with that sun. And what I will say here is just a means to not lie to yourself. All right, make sure you're very clear on how you are communicating yourself. Maybe even here you may be thinking about when you go to travel, you may ride with someone else in your traveling, or you may decide to take another mode of transportation that will, that will allow you to probably save a little finance so that you can be able to do some other things later, or maybe you're seeking to do something for someone else. Maybe you are looking to present, a land conveyance to someone. Maybe you're doing something special for someone due to you possibly making a donation, being a humanitarian of some sort, or maybe donating your old land conveyance to someone else. So it's kind of just the things that I'm seeing there for that particular sunrise. And with that, I yield the floor. Right after sunrise, let's see, about under an hour, about 52 minutes after, roughly. All right. Luna is sextile Jupiter. All right. So Luna's there at 15 degrees Cancer in the 10th house. And of course, it's happening for the 9th, September 2023 at 0700 hours, 38 minutes and 1 second. So Luna is there in the 10th house, right? And Jupiter is clearly there in the 8th. And of course, they are 3 houses away from each other. 8th and 9th are 3 houses away from each other in this particular style chart. However, overall, what is that saying? Well, there's a little bit of harmony, growth opportunity for one to really be secure. Alrighty, really be secure in how you're sharing information with other beings. It can make some sudden changes in the developments pertaining to those that ye are either getting to know or coming into close contact with. Or really allow your subconscious mind to thoroughly expand with every opportunity to make the sudden changes in how you join your energies with others. Really allow your mental health, right, to be able to have a chance to really adjust to the values in really seeing the health in relating to other people. You may have been someone who's always decided to be a loner, but maybe there's a situation you come across where you had to be a part of a group situation or had to actually team up with someone to be able to get a certain thing accomplished. So with that, in expanding that opportunity to join your energies with another, just allow yourself to, always be one that puts themselves in a position to be considerate. Despite, if that which you're giving is not being necessarily reciprocated. However, we're not doom and gloom astrologers. What I'll say ultimately for this moon sextile Jupiter is really allow yourself to have that growth opportunity within yourself. Your first home is within you, right? So allow yourself to be able to grow in what you can learn about joining your energies with others. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, about maybe 2 hours and 10 minutes after that, we have the solar lunar sextile. Sun is there at 16 degrees still, right? 16 degrees Virgo, while the moon's at 16 degrees Cancer. What we can actually see here, again, being 3 houses apart, which is kind of has this underlying or underscoring effect pertaining to communication, maybe some short distance travel, maybe some things happening with your immediate neighborhood where your subconscious mind and your heart, or the people and those that may have taken a leadership position pertaining to the people, are able to really get to the, to what's really important, what is really being possessed overall amongst the group. What is it that's there that could be really seen as something of value that can really allow people to no longer have things that they would like to see or have improvements they would like to see within their own neighborhood to be taken care of, because it will add to the morale of the neighborhood, so to speak. It will be able to provide another protection by being able to have one's neighborhood look a certain way, to be able to ward off some unwelcomed energies pertaining to said neighborhood. So here, make sure what's being communicated is definitely coming from the heart, however, yet being sensible in what's being communicated and coming from a knowledgeable position when sharing said communication amongst all involved. And I yield the floor on that one. And my last testimony here for the 9th will be Luna sextile Uranus. So again, it's kind of 3 sextiles in a row there, right? Some more growth opportunity, maybe even a bit of harmony pertaining to the people and what information is poured out to them, or being secure in making sudden changes. There, Luna's there in the 3rd house, all right? So maybe it's some early childhood development that mother has now, or any, particular maternal being has really allowed themselves to, have some confidence in, knowing that they've had maybe an opportunity to really add to the early childhood development for whatever child they are allowing themselves to share information or go over erudition with. Then we see Uranus is there in the 12th house. Very interestingly, though, when I'm looking at Mars there, it's showing me that Mars in the 5th house in Libra, ruling over Uranus, and the moon, of course, ruling over itself there in the 3rd. This is definitely dealing with probably bringing out some type of, math tricks or something like that, or being able to share one story, or getting through maybe some inhibitions. Maybe there were some things that kind of stopped you from being able to, retain information a certain way. And what's happening is you're now finding something click within inside yourself to be able to, one, get over that bit of an aversion for study, so that you can be able to help some children, right? Or a particular child. And what you can do with yourself and getting over it in that moment, find a new joy, not only in learning, but also teaching and sharing the information, where it increases your confidence. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, whom well pleased, Brother Sean and Lee Mel, Islam.
Two broskies. All righty, so we are back at Sunday. All right. Sunday, soul day, sun's at 17 degrees, 29 minutes, Virgo. So you come back to the calendar. Whoop, there we go. There we go, 10th. All right, so yeah. So the Leonin degree as well. So for Sunday, just just vibe and ride. You know what I'm saying? Just vibe and ride. Just vibe and ride with it. Yeah. Don't force it. Just flow with it. Don't force it. Just flow with it. Right? Don't force, just flow with it. And continue to do the necessary communication, the necessary dialogue, between yourself, that's going on within yourself. Lilith is definitely hugging that 12th house cusp degree, probably just off, let's see, about 1 degree and 6 minutes, looks like. So yeah, that's saying, be able to separate fat from greasy, real from illusion. With Mercury at 10th, that's definitely helping, being at a, foundational degree, really be able to structure your mind to, disassociate from things that are for you and not for you, things that can help you and things that can not help you, right? Saturn and Sun, are the dispositors for that 6 and that 12. Coming off of that separating reflection about a fortnight ago. So go back to about, let's see, it's the 10th. So till about August 27th, 28th, maybe something major occurred on that day, something with your structure or how you really express yourself, and really just see something, maybe a gem within that there for you. With that, I yield the floor. Moving along, we have a lunar Neptunian trine, right? And it's just beautiful, right? Luna and Guru are in that mutual reception by exaltation. Beautiful. So Luna is definitely in 11th. Neptune is just on that 7th house. Ugh. Bro, you got this? You got the 7th house on the issue?
Yeah, it is really close. That's really tight to that 8th house cusp too, bro. You done had 2 that's really tight. The next house cusp, like it just came out of it. Like just came out of the 8th. Like the other one just came out of the 5th at Mercury. A couple of
just stepped out of.
Yeah, it's long.
Right, so occurring 5 houses away, so this is dealing with creativity, and with this being a water sign trine, which is super awesome. Really just fill out. Maybe. Well, this is 5:35 in the morning, so yeah, this is like dreams occurring, like very powerful dreams, like getting messages from your ancestors. Maybe even dreaming of going on a vacation with your partner or going on somewhere, some trip with your friends, the friend group. So just make note of the things that are occurring that you can remember. And also, what are you feeling? What things really need to be pinpointed and, pointed out. Because, with that mutual reception with Luna and Jupiter, one's really seeing like the reasons why they head on to the dogma and reasons how they can get themselves out of holding on to the dogma, right? It's like, I want to save myself, I want to do better, but I still want to do the same things, believe the same things rather than no. So, Luna trine Neptune is really no, and get out of the belief system. And I really like reflect and look within for that truth, for that message within thy kingdom, within thy temple. Pardon me, for necessary answers with that, I yield the floor. All right, so actually, no, this is the last aspect for Luna goes wood, of course. All right, so we have a lunar plutonian reflection. Luna's at 28 degrees Cancer. All right, which is interesting because Pluto's at the exaltation of Mars and Luna's at the fall of Mars. So there could be like a sense of a pull between the home life and the career, between your mother and your father, between what you feel, being, the emotions that you feel, and then the action that you're called to do. So really just do a reflection between that to fill all the necessary things out to really, let's see, Saturn is in that 5th. Yeah. And really see why some necessary delays or restriction, are really necessary. And 28's a moon degree. So this may be dealing with like some land or some family or maybe some charity with that. And Mars is conjunct the ascendant. So yeah, really do that hard reflection in the mirror and really make sure that one's knowledge and their wisdom is really aligned with the proper things. It's like aligning the mind and the heart, right? This is the emotions and the death and renewal of that, Pluto. So it makes me think of like major 4 cups energy. So, really it's everything that needs to be let go of. Venus ruling it. Venus is in the 10th. So maybe someone even wants to change a career or a job, which they feel is the financial security. But it's not really aligning with their hearts and their desires. So, make sure you got a proper plan, or maybe some offer comes in. Maybe someone is comes into like some kind of inheritance or finds some finance, at one of their homes or their grandparents' homes, or just meeting someone else on the street or on your travels, and offers you a career, something that's fulfilling. So, be open for that. All right. So with that, I yield. Luna was going for the course for this for 3 hours, 59 minutes. So no major purchases during this time. All right. So from 8:47 to 12:36. Buyer's remorse, don't buy anything. All right. So Luna is now into Leo. All right, ingressing Leo into the 8th house. All right. So once again, this is back to the back to the home life. The light is being shined upon that. So this is like gifting someone little one something, or maybe even like the light is being showed upon your foundations that were built for you while you were younger, for your inner child. Things that were hidden is now being shined. And with Luna, final expositor is Mercury. Once again, Mercury is in the 9th. So this is get your, astrology readings, go through your family diaries, photos, books, or just, reach out to some of your grandparents or loved ones. I think some interesting conversations can really be had and take place. That would be very beneficial. That will, light that fire within yourself, and motivate you to really, do something, or a fire cleanse to occur for yourself. So, speak to your family, let your light shine. Don't let anyone block your light. And if someone, is disagreeing or trying to stop you, say, hey, you get your astrology reading. Where's Leo in your chart? Because you're trying to stop my light, but you really need to learn how to shine your own. Right. So, do that and just be creative. With that. So maybe taking some creativity and merging that with ways to, generate finances, or it's funny that post you had sent earlier in the chat about that. It's funny that came back to mind, just finding ways to provide for the children by using others' money or resources, quote unquote. So just be open to all different things, right? And with that, I yield the floor back to my bro.
All righty, Islam. So for the 11th, September 2023, Luna's at 18, Sol is at 18 degrees, Virgo, 27 minutes, conjunct the ascendant. So for this particular sunrise happening at 0600 hours, 48 minutes and 11 seconds. I think it would, be best to make sure. I'm not sure if anyone had to deal with, a pet being injured, or there being some type of, retaliation or revenge, maybe even a land conveyance accident of some sort. Again, not being doom and gloom astrologers, just really saying if it came to something, maybe a pet got injured due to it being, possibly ran over, or maybe someone could save or rescue a pet from something this day. I think this way, this energy can be utilized to not be destructive, but allow yourself to be constructive, and or allow yourself to gift energies into some being, whether it be a sentient being such as ourselves, or like a pet, a dog, a cat, frog, a turtle, a lizard, just to give a few examples. And in doing that, make sure you're actively providing balance, not only for them, but also for yourself, by allowing yourself to be altruistic in in this moment. And, this may have been the theme for the day prior, or for things that are to come very soon. So just allow yourself to be very, very open and giving service to someone in probably dire straits, or some being in that's having an unfortunate moment. You may be the angel for them to survive. All right. So with that being said, I yield the floor. I'm going into, after sunrise, about maybe 2 hours and 17 minutes after that, we have a lunar Martian sextile. There's another sextile. Looky, Astro cookie. So Luna and Mars are both at 9 degrees, 39 minutes. Just Luna's in Leo, Mars is in Libra. And guys, just really allow yourself to really have some drive, to be able to share with the people some things that you value, even if it's something with fascination and denial. Maybe share some things that you may have, been very reserved about, or really allow yourself to express that vulnerability when someone may show some interest in you. All righty. Maybe this would be a moment to gain some friends, or really take a friendship to another level for those that may be acquainted with one another from some past situation. Maybe you guys are well in your 30s or so, and you remember being classmates in elementary school, and just being able to allow communications to take things further by both being vulnerable in terms of being open and honest and not being deceptive. So really allow that communication to be fluent for yourself, because it will bring some serious balance to you both. That in the long run, you'll be glad that you actually shared that and really took charge in sharing what needed to be shared. You're now allowing yourself to gore a new path, right? In other words, headbutt, right? Headbutt, charging, very Ram-like, so to speak. But with that, it means that you're really allowing yourself to blaze a new trail for interacting with others. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, there's a Luna-Venusian conjunction that's taking place, and it's taking place within the seventh house there. Looky, Astro cookie. So allow your love, nature, and your emotions to be on the same page. And while they're on the same page here, you may find yourself wanting to express yourself in a seductive fashion, so to speak. You may also find that you are not just physically attracted to someone, but emotionally attracted to. This may be that day that you tell someone that you love them. Seriously. And with that, just make sure that no matter what, you have no regrets previously. If it's unrequited, which means love isn't returned. I doubt it. I doubt someone will not return that love. What you'll actually see is that the feeling is actually very mutual. And this will continue on what I was already speaking about. Maybe you are friends from previous, maybe even if it wasn't the same school, it's the same neighborhood. And in doing that, or maybe it was the same school and same neighborhood, and you guys lost touch because of someone moving, but now you guys have linked up again. It's nothing with moving forward and being forward about how you love them, and allow yourself to add a little creativity under you being forward about your feelings. And with that, I yield the floor. And last, there's a lunar Jupiterian quartile that is happening, Moon square Jupiter, at about 1900 hours and 54 minutes to be exact, actually. All righty. And Luna is there in the fifth house, right? Again, I'm just seeing a lot of this love and relationship, because fifth house is dealing with love, right? So for those of you that are beginning new relationships here, cuffing season is upon us, right? So with that being said, after coming off of that conjunction with Venus, Luna is having a bit of some stimulation there with Jupiter there in the second in Taurus. And what we can actually say here is, if this is a situation where there's a lot of time being spent, make both feel comfortable. If it ends up being that one being is staying at someone else's home overnight, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to really find out a lot about one another. It's going to be almost a shock, sort of kind of like, hey, I had no idea that you knew this or you knew that. But I really think what could be thoroughly communicated is a means to really explain all the experiences that ones went through from the time they were separated as children to the time they were able to reunite and be able to share those experiences. And what will be seen is there wasn't much difference in one another's experiences, even though the experiences were happening separately from one another. And with that, I yield the floor to our beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Started when we were younger, you were mine. That was definitely wasn't mine. You saying that? Right.
Absolutely, bro. Seriously, like that's what I saw. I'm like, I'm seeing a theme here.
Why'd you look at that? Look at that house cusp of the 12th and the 6th, 22 degrees, 22 minutes, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, guys, let the ways that you don't bring beauty, like really ask yourself, like, what's beautiful in my life, or what are the things that I can control, that are under my control, that I can express beauty, regardless of the things outside of oneself that might try not to have you express your beauty, that might try your patience, that might want you to think those ideas of yours that are great aren't really worth it. That whole Moloch worship, right? Yeah, express the beauty. And it's by, having details like how we did last night on our live. It's like, yeah, we're detailed, but we're able to paint, not only the picture, but we're able to shoot the movie as well and write the book. So Mercury is definitely getting closer to station and direct. So once again, looking over the ways one communicated and, cleansing out the body, the temple, the mind, and just really everything inside and out for this. Wow, Luna's on that house cusp as well with Lilith. So yeah, really just check your heart space, man. That's what I can really say. And make sure you join for our workshop so that these things that are hitting within are, being shown, so that you're actually healing from that. Like maybe something occurred while you were, younger, back even to, the whole relationship thing. Maybe one is self-sabotaging their relationship because something happened to them in the early relationship, something they might not even be aware of and don't even think it was something of importance, but it's still holding weight to this day. So really study and observe self, know your love language, be open to really healing those wounds if you really want a healthy love. If you want the toxic, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. With that, I yield the floor. All right, so oh wow, we only had one aspect for today. All right. All right, so yeah, once again, Uranus, 22 degrees, Taurus. That should be success at any cost. I know that's correct, yeah, because I've seen that before. Leo is appendicitis. Okay, so yeah, it's like a health check as well. Luna's in the 10th, Uranus is in the 7th, so there's a squaring tension. Yeah, y'all don't be on that baby boy tip trying to get somebody's coworker. I don't know why that came to my mind. So don't be all that. Oh my goodness, yeah. Another 22 degrees again, right before 23. So it's like Capricorn nature. Instead of being cold, be warm, be loving. Mars is ruling the chart. Mars is in the 11th, right? In its own rulership, which you looky. All right, pardon me, no, it's Virgo. So being once again ruled by Mercury. So there's a lot of internal things happening. So yeah, and Uranus wants to, transform, but that's retrograde as well. So it's getting back into spirit, getting into the breath. What is one thinking? And then realizing what one thinks and then how one feels, how that's being manifested into the relationships, how it's manifesting into how they share with others, how it's manifesting into their career and anything that's long-term. So, just let any tension, that arise or seen, let it be as a stepping stool rather than something to get you out of character, which makes me think of the Kendrick Lamar song, right? Element. Don't, let nothing get you out of your element. let only it be a way to get more into your element, right? Rather than letting it get you out of that. And, not letting that fascination and denial of things, daydreaming and imagining, but not actually doing it, don't let that, block you from things as well. So, just seeing the fine line between things. So with that, I yield the floor.
All righty, guys. And finally, for the 13th, guys, after that moon for the course, Brother Sean, that moon for the course was like for an hour. 14 hours. Yeah, I mean, I didn't, because I got once the moon ingresses Virgo. But yeah, it was like what, 14 hours and
like 13 minutes, yeah, like 14 hours, 13 minutes, yeah. Ooh, so make sure y'all get everything y'all need, like Monday night if y'all can, you know what I'm saying? Like if y'all can get everything you need before, like any gas or chips or any essentials that you really need, try to get that before 11:05, because that's a long voided course. But you can get your transit report, and then maybe that void of course isn't as long as it is just for the transiting period. So, get that calendar as well. So you're like, all right, well, this is going on collectively, but the moon void of course is only 2 hours for me, when moon changes position. So I can get this. So, get those reports.
It could be something that Brother Sean is absolutely correct, because just because we can sit here and give testimony for the collective, the way things actually transit for your own natal chart, it has a much more specified result. All right. So sunrise taking place at about 20 degrees Virgo. All right. 24 minutes. So guys, when it comes to probably, you're probably thinking of some things, when it comes to analyzing the psychology of maybe something you're observing. What if it's a commercial? What if it's a conversation that you had previously, like maybe the night before, maybe it was some days before, right? Or a time greater than days before. And really what you're analyzing is, the mindset of not only yourself, but whomever you had that conversation with. And then analyzing and probably reflecting on said conversation. What you'll probably see is there's a means to make sure that no matter what, you just are able to balance yourself in your presentation and how you stand, especially amongst your peers, so that you can be able to give some much needed attention, maybe, shine the light on, the details pertaining to your everyday or your daily routine, making sure that, even when maybe even seduced into, some type of debate or things of that nature, you can just probably be fascinated with the topic, but deny allowing yourself to have someone's spirit put on you. That way you'll be able to stand firmly and strongly, maybe contemplating how you're going to stand while you're still laying there in bed. However, really imagining, how you can really value the security in your own internal conversation and being able to speak life into yourself before taking on that day. All right. Or this particular day for the 13th, September 2023, where sunrise is taking place at 0600 hours and 50 minutes. And with that, I yield the floor. As for sunrise, Luna, after its 14-hour and 13-minute void of course, alrighty, after coming off of that square with Uranus, that Brother Sean just delivered his testimony for, we see that Luna's ingressing Virgo in the 3rd house. All right. So when it, maybe you've had an unvelation to really write down your thoughts. Maybe keeping a journal or a diary will really be the best for you. Maybe getting your emotions. Maybe there's some things you experienced and you have some feelings about it. Maybe you can resolve any issues by just at least writing down what it is that's on your mind or whatever emotion you could be experiencing in that particular moment. What will also be very beneficial for you is making sure you're really shining a light on what's taking place here, because everything is really in its favor. I would even say if this is something that's taking place for 24 hours, right, after this happens, just know that what you can do ultimately is really allow yourself the first 8 hours to really just spotlight everything within your emotions and that you're feeling, and bring them to the forefront by putting them down on paper. So that way you can be able to read what you've written outside of yourself, and you'll find yourself solving some sums that need much solving, right? I think it will allow you to bring some ideals to your mind and some things that you'll value. It may establish some new values for you, while at the same time allowing you to be very, very active in how you'll balance yourself. You may even find that you are in need of water, right? Because what you've done is found a new way to burn up energy, and all you did was sit down and write, but really allow whatever water activity that you take on really allows you to balance out that fire that you're feeling within yourself while analyzing these emotions. And with that, I yield the floor. We have Luna reflecting Saturn, right? Just 20 minutes before sunrise. Right. However, after this, Luna ingressing Virgo, but it's 20 minutes before sunrise. Exactly. Actually, it's about 19 minutes and 35 seconds, but it's 0600 hours, 30 minutes and 25 seconds. We see that Luna's there in the 12th in Saturn's joy, which is interesting, right? Just 4 houses away from its joy, the moon. Saturn's there in the 6th house retrograde. They're both at 2 degrees 34 minutes. It's just Saturn's in Pisces and Luna's there in Virgo. Here, guys, you might can really express some power here and probably helping someone in need. You may find that you're coming across maybe feeling like, hey, well, there was one point in time where this happened to me and someone else could have helped me, but they didn't. So I'll just let this being go through this. What you'll find is you'll do yourself a much better service, not only to yourself, but you'll actually change something in the ethers, that when you go to assist whomever needs this particular help, even though initially you may not feel like doing it, what you can really do is be able to wash and cleanse yourself of probably some actions pertaining to discipline that you dealt with, and you'll be able to have some closure and some healing to be able to take place, because by you going to assist whomever needed your help, you have defeated an inner enemy that has been supplanted by maybe in childhood, someone killed your spirit by, rendering discipline the wrong way, which had made you feel flooded within. However, here's a means and an opportunity to be kind and do something kind for someone. They may not even thoroughly be thankful as you think they should be. However, there will be some paying forward that will be taking place, and you'll actually attract some much needed help in other areas of your life that you didn't think were going to actually take place. So do not allow yourself to deny yourself this opportunity to stand strongly. Allow your subconscious mind to defeat whatever has been repeatedly placed in your mind every day, which determine how you interacted with people, so that you can be able to move forward in making sure that you're developing a healthy thought process and allowing your subconscious mind to heal from any wounds endured from childhood. And with that, I yield the floor. Final testimony is Luna's conjunct Mercury here, right after I said all of that about the subconscious mind thinking. This is taking place at about 1800 hours, 4 minutes and 12 seconds to be exact. And they're in the 7th house. Looky, Astro Cookie. What's interesting is there's quite a 7th house stellium that's taking place here, right? The sun's in the 7th, vertex is there, right? It's saying that there's got to be some purely focused goal that's going to take place. Some will also say there's a fated interaction. However, it's just a goal that must take place with you and someone that you can relate to. Got to shine the light on the fact that what you're feeling and what you're thinking is actually on the same page. Just don't allow your pride to get in the way of not expressing what needs to be said. Even if you're paired up, one of you is a woman and the other one is a man, one's a mother, one's a son. And if there's a mutual attraction that's there, however, the goal and the task at hand is much more important, or ye are there meeting in a situation that has been based on getting away from dealing with harmful relatives, and you're finding yourselves actually coming together or confiding in one another due to actually sharing an experience of dealing with pain. Don't allow yourself to hold back. There may be something there that could really help to free the both of you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go forward in, with feeling seduced or move forward in, exercising any erotic feelings. However, at least for a good start, let one another know that their minds and their emotions are definitely on the same page, so that what is actually brought to light is an opus and honest communication. And with that, I yield the floor, guys. I thank you all for joining I and Brother Shaunaline L for this presentation. Alrighty, for our 7-day Tropic Medical Astro Weather Report. Guys, do not forget, make sure you sign up for 7healstar.com. Guarantee you will enjoy what we are to be sending out. I mean, we are doing so much advertisement at this point. It's just like I said, I think I am Brother Sean, maybe doing an impromptu improv at the end of it, maybe. Really depends. I got to see how, because we're going in on Article 4, right, Brother Sean, this Friday for the
because we just did 3.
Article 4 for the Zodiac Constitution. So I think what really does have to happen, guys, we really got to go in and show you guys, like, there's a lot going on for 7 Hailstorm. And we just want to kind of put it out there, like, guys, go here, check us out here, make sure you're here on this, here on that. All right, so yes, sign up for our email list. Make sure you subscribe. You will not be disappointed. Like we said, guys, you see there at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, that's a way for you guys to even communicate with us. You got some questions, things of that nature. So I'm just going to scroll down here and just get right to it, guys. You already know this is where you can go and schedule appointments with us under the appointment section for our online appointments. However, what do we have coming up immediately? Well, let's see. Going to classes and events and scrolling down, guys. The first one is coming up this Saturday, guys. All righty. The Universally Professional Astrology Community, right? We have our astrology concepts correction discussion for the 9th September 2023. Saturday from noon to 2, right? So 12 post-meridian Eastern to 2 post-meridian Eastern, right? So 1200 to 1400, right? Free for all TUPAC members. It is free. 15 for non-members with student cards, 30 for non-members without the student cards. And we are receiving that via CashApp, all right? At the Caduceus symbol or $, OurAstrologyStreet, all right? And we prefer you to do it via CashApp, even though, that's why we say all offline payments are via CashApp, even though I know we do have an option for you guys to transact via your card. But we would much rather either do CashApp first, Apple Pay. You just have to reach out to us. Like I said, we have a way for you to reach out to us there on the website in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, or just 7heelstar@gmail.com. You know, we'll answer as quickly as we notice the notification that we've been contacted, so you guys can enjoy what it is that we are offering, right? Let's see, I want to go back. Okay. So also, I want you guys to know, after we have, you know, the discussion on 9th, and I think the last one is on the 16th, and then we won't have another discussion on the astrology concept correction discussion until the 21st of October, right? Because from the 23rd September, 30th September, 7th October, 14th October, we are having the self-healing and community building workshop, right? As you guys can see, it's from the 23rd to the 14th, 23rd October to the 23rd September to the 14th October, 2023. And that too is for each Saturday. That's 4 Saturdays in a row. It's from noon to 1400 Eastern, right? 12 p.m. Eastern to 2 p.m. Eastern. It's $75 per class for all participants. All righty. So that means each Saturday is $75 per Saturday. It's a free recording because we're going to record, right? It's a free recording for all TU PAC members, even though every participant, including TU PAC members, are going to have to provide $75 per class. However, if you're not a TU PAC member, your recording, alrighty, will be 60 units, alrighty, for all non-members. And again, CashApp at the Caduceus symbol or $, OurAstrologyStreet. And again, guys, as always, it's happening via Zoom. And this is where Brother Sean Alimel will be going in a lot more on the Reiki lessons that he is going to share with everyone pertaining to self-healing and community building. And I will be backing my bro up with how we can bring that together with the astrology. So you guys have seen a bit of us explaining that in short just the night before, right, on Office Hours with Dr. G. So we tell you, we would like you guys to go and look at that. Like I said, guys, we're so active that it's not even we're active 7 days. It's like some days we're active on like 2 or 3 platforms in a day sometimes. It's like if we could, there's not enough days in the strong, right? Instead of, you know, the week. It's not enough days in the strong, because I just know that, you know, if I'm not mistaken, like Monday we had Intuition Monday, and then I was live with Mosley. So that's 2 events on a Monday. And then yesterday we had Lawful Living. There was another class I was, you know, kind of a part of, you know what I mean, in the middle of the day. And then right after that, Office Hours with Dr. G. So that's just 2 days in a row. That's 5 different events. You know what I'm saying, man? And so it's like, Jesus Christ. But after I wrap up here, I have another event that I have to get right into after we yield here. So with that, guys, make sure you make it to the self-healing and community building workshop also. Brother Sean is also, like he said, he has multiple things that he's providing here. Not only the solar return report that he's providing. I know I and all my bros, we do all these things. I'm just pointing these things out that Brother Sean has put up here because like he said, he's giving 32% off. So the solar return reports, he's giving 32% off. Jupiter and Saturn return reports, the 1 hour virtual Reiki Brother Sean is offering. Pretty sure if we went back to all services, right? Let's see what else we have here. Let's go to the appointments tab, right? And Brother Sean has his mental magician report. It's already marked down it's already subtracted 32% from where it was. So it's at 306. You guys will not be disappointed. Get your hands on that. And the 1 hour remote Reiki session, as I already mentioned, and then he has a 2 hour one also, right? They have already been reduced. The 32% has already been reduced already. And then he has an in-depth, the Virgo and in-depth natal reading, as well as the tarot oracle spread. And again, like I said, the solar return reading, right? So make sure, guys, you go and take advantage of the brother Sean taking 32% off. All righty, until next Wednesday, where you'll see those numbers return to where they were, because I and my brothers, we do a great work, and our time is very important, very valuable to us. So every time we're pulling away from our loved ones, it has to be worth our while. And again, it's not about, you know, getting in people's pockets and, oh, well, y'all said Federal Reserve notes is this. It's really only about, hey, there's a tool that you have that you can share with us that we'll be able to utilize to be able to manifest other resources and things for our loved ones until we all sincerely come together and be able to make happen what needs to happen with what has already been provided by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And that is exercising our authority to be able to have whatever resources we need for anyone, anywhere, at any time. And that's not thinking fanatically. That is honest, straightforward, to the point, because we study for real. We're not people that look for a savior or just look for things to be convenient. Brother Sean, any other questions, comments, and/or suggestions going once? Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going twice. I didn't even check the chat, bro. I just realized that. Let me go and check the chat. Right? All righty. Hey, JLV. Please agree to you. She says, "Oh shucks." That was one of the first. That was one of the first comments. She's like, "Oh shucks." She says, "Greetings, brothers, Sean and Hassan. Many happy solar returns to you."
Thanks, JLV.
Indeed. Mother Janelle Blashout says, "Greetings." Brother Dark Blash Bay says, "Greetings, everyone." Mother Janelle Blashout says, "Happy solar return, Sean." Right? It's the walk to you says, "This is right on time." Indeed. Appreciate you. Brother Dark Blash Bay says, "Thank you for that lesson, Hassan, when it comes to helping others." Indeed. Brother Dark says, Article 4, and he also says, "Gratitude to ye all." Questions, comments, and/or suggestions going precise. So where I and my beloved brother Sean L say to y'all, be ye selves and
donate.
All righty, you guys know when I go to do the description or check any video with our most recent description, you will see both the Cash App that I admin over for our Astrology Street, and then brother Sean has a Cash App that he admins over, which is 720 Astro Healing. All righty, so you guys can just look for it in the description, and then make your donations accordingly. All righty, so no more questions, comments, and/or suggestions, guys. Make sure you enjoy yourselves when you go to rest and recharge this evening. Rest and recharge well. This is where we say to y'all, we love you all. Namaste to y'all. Namaste. Enjoy your solar return, brother Sean. Islam, y'all. Peace and love.